He is risen. It's Zilla. It's Mr. Breaking the Scripture so you can see the bigger picture. All right, we're going to jump back into Luke chapter 15. And it's a long verse, or it's a long section. Let's go. The parable of the lost son. Then he said, a certain man had two sons, and the younger one of them said to his father, Father, give me the portion of goods that falls to me. So he divided to them his livelihood. And not many days after, the younger son gathered all together, journeyed to a far country, and there wasted his possessions with prodigal living. But when he had spent all, there arose a severe famine in the land, and he began to be in want. Then he went and joined himself to a citizen of that country, and he sent him to his fields to feed the swine. And he would gladly have filled his stomach with the pods that the swine ate, and no one gave him anything. But when he came to himself, he said, how many of my father's hired servants have bread enough and to spare, and I perish with hunger? I will arise and go to my father, and I will say to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and before you, and I am no longer worthy to be called your son. Make me like one of the hired servants. And he arose and came to his father. But when he was still a great way off, his father saw him and had compassion, and ran and fell on his neck and kissed him. And the son said to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and in your sight, and sinned against heaven and in your sight, and am no longer worthy to be called your son. But the father said to his servants, bring out the best robe and put it on him, and put a ring on his hand and sandals on his feet. And bring the fatted calf here and kill it, and let us eat and be merry. For this is my son. For this my son was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found. And they began to be merry. Now his older son was in the field, and as he came and drew near to the house, he heard music and dancing. So he called one of the servants and asked what these things meant. And he said to him, your brother has come, and because he has received him safe and sound, your father has killed the fatted calf. Let's read what the Bible ties to what we just read. The father's embrace. The disgraceful son had returned home. He was a real mess, having been working in a pig pen, but the father didn't ask him to clean up first. Before touching him, he just ran to him and embraced him and kissed him. He had compassion on him, and his older brother, in the meantime, wanted nothing to do with him. He was disgusted by his sinning brother. A lot of us can relate to that story, huh? Love it when the Bible bangs it out like that. All right, guys. Well, if this blessed you in any way, press the buttons. And if you want the rest of the chapter, hop in the profile after. We're going to be back next time, right on time, to renew our minds on time.